Turn that around. Turn that around. That's some quality film work. Quality starts of your Monday morning. Excuse me, let me get ready. Try to go live as quickly as I can. Oftentimes I'm not prepared. This is one of those many, many times that I'm not prepared. I wonder if I ever will be prepared. Or I talk a lot about doing this as a vocation and eventually figuring out how to be a full-time content creator. And I guess I almost am a full-time content creator because I'm currently, other than loving on my family, not employed by another place of work. And but I'm wondering if I could enjoy it just the same. What I'm saying is I hope it never starts being a job for me or a career for me or if something I gotta do. And I was just laying in bed and wondering, thinking about Joe Rogan and his podcast and if he enjoys it still, or, I doubt he did it for the money at the beginning, but I wonder if it's a chore to him these days or if it's still a labor of love. And my hope is that it'll always be a labor of love for me and something I do. I don't know, because I enjoy waking up early and getting my day started and drinking coffee and drinking some water and saying good morning, good morning, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It's a show I've been doing for quite some time. It is a show about me talking, show about me sharing some feelings, sharing some random thoughts that are bouncing around my head. Been doing it for about 5 years. It'll be 5 years in June. Started on a different social media platform, started on a 1 day a week basis, and just kind of started talking. And something about it clicked with me and viewers because people started watching. And my audience grew, and I'm still doing it here 5 years later, and I've probably moved 10 times and been married, divorced, and had a couple children, and had so many adventures in the last 5 years. Maybe adventures that would be lost in my memories had I not had a way to kind of document time passing, like filming a chunk of it on video. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. But anyway, one more sip of water. For those that have been watching a while, it's not just a show. Hey, a realtor joined. Alex the Realtor joined. Thank you for joining, Alex the Realtor. I post a fair amount of videos about real estate because I was a realtor for 17 years. Probably how Alex the Realtor found my page. He was probably searching up, something about homes or something about the real estate market or realtor life or something, and he came across this guy. I'm doing well. Umir Mirza asked, how are you? I am doing well. Thank you for asking, but I'm going to be doing better in about a minute because this show isn't just a show about me talking. Good morning. For those that have been watching a while, it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And I've got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me, and I'm honestly a little concerned about it this morning. It was made a few hours ago. I heard my stepson creeping around the kitchen at some ungodly early morning and making coffee. And so when I got out of bed and looked at the kitchen, there was still like 2/3 of a pot left. Thought about dumping. I didn't even think about dumping it out. A, it was already prepared. And B, I don't know, I wanted to get started and say hi to you and not waste it because our coffee supplies are running a little low at the house. So anyway, I'm excited to have my first sip. My hope is wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. I mean, considering it was made by a 14-year-old at 3 in the morning who's been sitting in my kitchen for 3 hours, kind of getting stale. It's not too bad. So let's have another sip. Oh, but anyway, how you guys doing? How you feeling? How'd you sleep? I slept well. And again, I usually do the show about 5:30. I kick it around. I've been trying different social media platforms. I've had a lot of enjoyment here on Instagram, which I never expected. I always thought Instagram was an afterthought for my real estate business while I was still selling homes, a place to post pictures of, I don't know, my listings or real estate or whatever. I didn't know. I thought Facebook was the beginning and end of social media, but I still sprinkle the stuff around other platforms. And for the last 2.5 years, I've really been pouring the effort into TikTok. But I have some, I don't know, honestly, weird feelings about that platform, and have since I've been there. I mean, I enjoyed a lot of aspects of it, but they will shut things down and get involved and, just really, you know, I don't know. It felt like Big Brother was watching all the time, and I didn't feel as comfortable. Like right now I'm talking and I'm not worried about getting in trouble by the powers that be or saying the wrong thing. And there's a certain feeling of liberation about that. And it's hard doing a talk show that's kind of not planned. And when you feel somebody's watching, and if you, I don't know, say the wrong thing or what have you, they might fly in and shut it down. So it's nice to be over here. But honestly, the big reason is, although the Instagram was always an afterthought for me, something happened about a month ago and my audience exploded, and I went from 1,200 followers to over 20,000 yesterday. And I figure, make hay while the sun is shining, or you go to where the growth or the opportunity is. And although I don't even honestly know what the opportunity looks like for me on Instagram, except touching a bigger audience, and I guess that's the point of this whole thing, I might as well go to where the eyeballs are. And I don't know why they're here or what happened exactly. But my audience continues to grow really quickly over here, while honestly it's stagnant on TikTok. So thank you for being so welcoming and having me over. The IG gods have blessed me. Indeed they have. Indeed they have. But I wasn't praying at the altar of IG at all. At all. I mean, every day I was down on my knees and worshiping the TikTok gods and saying, thank you, TikTok gods. I have gratitude. And, shoot, my dog Holly's barking out there. I was worried about that. I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah. Every morning, a neighbor walks by with a German Shepherd, and she doesn't like German Shepherds, and she barks. Don't like that at all. Hope she didn't wake up the rest of the household. We have 2 little babies. You can hear her barking. I feel bad. It's just one extra stressor. One extra stressor I don't need. She'll stop. But it'll take a while. And hopefully she'll stop while the babies are still asleep. But anyway, hey, good morning, John. How are you? Sounds like she stopped, and hopefully the babies are still asleep. I live in a home with 5 children, and my 2 beautiful little babies that are 1.5 and 3. And I'm getting teary-eyed almost just talking about them, because they're so sweet and so innocent, and so rest of their lives in front of them. And just watching them grow and changing their diapers and feeding them and watching them run around and play and kind of learn how to move and talk a little bit. Although they're not in a hurry to talk too much. But my little daughter, who's a year and a half, you can tell is saying bye bye and starting to say words, and it's just a sweet little thing. And again, God blessed me with children at a later age in life. I started fairly late. I had my first two kids when I was 37 and 40, and got divorced from my first wife about 10 years ago, and got married again, and had two beautiful little babies, and yeah, kind of excited to see him. John, congratulations. He's about to celebrate 2-year anniversary of sobriety. Life is great. Good for you, John. I'm proud of you, sir. But anyway, it's Monday morning. I do not know what I have for you. I'm a little distracted because my dog was barking and I'm worried if my kids are awake. I feel good being over here on Instagram. I am excited to see my platform growing on a bunch of different social media networks. And I've been a little more consistent getting started every morning, somewhere between 5:30 and 6:30. And I think for me, as again, I talk about it a lot, I've never been an overnight success with anything, but I tend to be pretty determined and consistent and make up for any lack of skill set I may or may not have with just kind of nose to the grindstone faith that I'm doing the right thing. And yeah. Day 62 for me, says Chip. Headed home after my night shift to make a cappuccino. I'm not sure what day 62 means for you, Chip. Maybe it means you haven't had a drink in 62 days. I certainly never intended this to be a sobriety page. But again, I welcome all viewers. I haven't had a drink in 2.5 years. After drinking really every day and smoking weed. Weed. It's funny what the kids think is cool and how terms for things change over time. Felt a little funny calling it weed. I've never done that. But anyway, I had done that for most of my life and stopped doing it for 2.5 years. Good morning, RJ. And obviously, since I posted a few videos and it seems like a popular topic, and I don't know, I got a lot of people that are sober, and which is probably not a bad group to be with. And I'll tell you what, it's a supportive group and a congratulation group, and a congratulatory group and an encouraging group, and I'd say a fairly kind group, which is a nice group to be a part of. Oh, RJ, you missed the first set. You got to tune in on time. Wasn't that good, RJ? It is the, what is it? Oh, I didn't even said because it's not that exciting. It's 3-hour-old, made by my stepson, Aldi Sumatra coffee. We have a bag of some Dunkin' Donuts. It's got a glazed donut on it. I don't even know what flavor it is, but I was kind of excited to have it this morning and break into it. But again, I woke up a little late. I like to get started around 5:30. And RJ likes to ask me good questions. What's my message for someone wanting to start day one of sobriety today? That would be so simple. Don't drink today. Just don't drink today. Get through today. Don't make any great commitment. Don't even call it day one of sobriety. Don't put a name on it. Don't put a label on it. Don't pressure yourself. Just don't drink today and see how it feels. And tomorrow, if you ask, what's my message for day 2 of sobriety? I'll probably say, hey, don't drink today. See how it feels. See how you like it. See how it goes. I think for a lot of us, and I've never said I'm never going to drink again, or I'm never going to smoke pot again, or I'm never going to smoke a cigarette again, or never going to gamble again. All things I did to excess at various times in my life. But one day I said, hey, I'm going to not drink tomorrow. I was really bummed at night. It was a Thursday night. It was October 27th, I guess. And I was staying at a buddy's apartment in a 1-bedroom apartment on an air mattress and was up all night thinking the darkest thoughts. And I go, wow, One thing I know I did today, besides probably a lot of bad things, and I mean, this is a bad thing too, is probably have 6 or 7 beers to finish out my night because that's what I did. And I go, I'm going to try not doing that tomorrow and see how it goes. And so I didn't drink the next day, but it didn't solve my problems. I had a million problems. I can't even tell you how explosive my following day was. But one day led to another. And I remember talking to a buddy, and I go, I haven't drank in 9 days. And he goes, yeah, you seem really good or really positive or really clear. And again, I think I was walking through life, and I think a lot of us do, with a haze, whether we're smoking pot or drinking beer or whatever. And walking through life with a haze, kind of our next purpose is getting to our next beer, our next hit, or our next whatever. And the rest of the stuff is just noise between the beers. And it's horrible when your family life or your career or the reason you do what it is that you do is just to pass time till you have your next drink or hit a pot or whatever drug of choice you're doing. And that was certainly the way it became for me. Didn't matter how much I drank or how much I'd smoked. And Alex, you have a wonderful day. I was wondering when I was going to have my next one. And when I woke up the next morning, I always had a feeling of regret. And just a feeling of regret. What temptations came more often, pot or beer? I would say pot. When I smoked, it was mostly illegal and the supply was an issue. And I felt, and to be honest, and it sounds horrible, I'd have it in the car and I'd be at the office. And I'd go off away from the office and smoke it in the parking lot. And beer wasn't quite as transportable or hideable or sneakable. So I'd say pot was a more evil enemy to me, honestly, than beer. And I get in trouble for saying it by all the pot smokers out there that think pot is God's gift. I don't know, maybe it is for them, but it certainly wasn't for me because it was consuming my life in a way that wasn't healthy. Do you guys want to see Holly? I'm going to let Holly in, but she kind of... Oh, come on, Holly. Come here. I'm going to have to sign off fairly quickly because Holly's so excited. She's the one that was barking. You guys heard her barking earlier in the show. I had a German Shepherd. I'm hoping the babies are still sleeping after her barking explosion at the neighbor's dog. And but she needed some attention and she needed some love, and so do my babies. And I so appreciate you guys for hopping on today and joining me here on Instagram. 4 months sober. Don't think I can relate to something so much. Thank you. Well, great. Big Baller, I appreciate you finding me. I appreciate you finding me, and RJ, I appreciate you reminding me about the eclipse, although I'm not as excited as some people because I don't even think it's going to get totally dark. It's going to be only for a moment. But the moments are what matter. The moments are what matter. And I'm sure I'll be out. I don't even know what time. There's going to be an eclipse today, and I don't know what time it is. I'll be out in a park reading a book because I'm so often out in a park reading a book. And suddenly God will turn off the lights and I'll go, what the hell just happened? Must have been a real scary feeling for the ancient civilizations that didn't know what was happening. Think about that. But fortunately, it was only a short experience for them. So anyway, it's Monday morning. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I don't know how long have I talked. I don't even know how long I talked, maybe 20 minutes. I usually talk for somewhere between 20 and 45 minutes. But just trying to be a little more flexible and forgiving with myself and just kind of let it happen a little bit naturally. I will address this. Just quit a crippling gambling addiction. Going to be a long road back, but it's a start. Way to go. I would tell you what. Sorry to laugh. For anybody out there that's thinking about addictions, I've never done a real hard drug, but drinking isn't healthy for you, and none of it's healthy for you. But gambling can really hit home, because you can lose no matter how much money you're making. You can lose so much money, all the money in the world gambling, and it's such a rush. And you feel like a winner when you win, and you feel like a loser when you lose. And the only way to cure that feeling of loss is to go back to the casino and or whatever your choice of gambling is. Go back to the tables, if you will, and try and win. And that was an expensive habit, and just an expensive habit. And congrats on stopping. And that one called to me. I don't talk about it nearly as much because it wasn't an everyday thing. But I would go to the casinos, maybe 2 times a week at least. I mean, some weeks more, some weeks less. I maybe took off a week here and there, but it wasn't uncommon to have a limo come out and pick me up and drive us to the casino. And, lose a couple $1,000. And, for a guy on a very limited income right now, I'm kicking me from 30 years ago, going, where's my money? Should have put it in an IRA. Save for your 55-year-old self who's really going to need it, because he's going to be an aspiring content creator and making $60 a month from YouTube. But he's appreciative of each one of those dollars. And he is appreciative of each one of you, my viewers. And I am so thankful for you guys today, and for hopping on and sharing your journey and sharing a little coffee and a little bit of time with me. I'm trying to sign off, but JD keeps asking great things. With it being online, it's tough. Casino is in your pocket. I feel for the gamblers of today. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you do. Except forgive yourself, JD. Forgive yourself for the money you've lost and the time you've squandered and the life you've lived, because, I don't know, until you forgive yourself and let it go, I think I know for me, I would have been beating myself up about it. And again, the only way I could feel better about the money I lost was trying to go back and win it back. And I'll tell you what, that's a recipe for disaster. But anyway, it's Monday morning. Thank you again for joining. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm excited about my day. There's going to be an eclipse today. There's going to be lots of sunshine, and there's going to be warm weather. And I'm going to get out, and I'm going to have an awesome, awesome day. I'm going to put some miles on my scooter. I'm going to enjoy my day, and I hope you do as well. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.